Welcome back, guys, to episode number 2 of the Let's Build a Map on Omsi 2. So as you can see, we've done the first little sector. Now this is all about, in this episode, we're just going to add minor details. So we're going to go into our objects on the right hand side. We're going to look through and we're going to just choose a couple. We don't want to block the road too much, so I want to go to utilities. I don't know if I've put any in yet, which I haven't. So what we will do is we'll do street side first. No, where is it? No, I haven't put it in yet. Alright, let's go to... Oh, I've lost the plot. Oh, I can't believe I haven't put it in. What am I doing? Let's go... No. German street side. Right, don't need traffic lights. Don't need traffic signs. We need... I want to put in something different. So let's put in some bollards, actually, for the crossings. So we're going to press N. And let's just put a couple of these. No, I want the bigger ones. Is there nothing bigger? No. There you go. What we'll do is we'll put these up a little bit and we'll make them a little bit higher. So point 2 on the Z is the height. Let's just put a couple of these just around this corner here, just so you can't corner cut as such. Do the same on the other side. 1, 2, and we'll put 1 just on the edge of the crossing as well. Same again on the other side. Just do it a couple of times each. Doesn't have to be spot on. It's just to give you an idea. If you do just place it and you don't like it, press G on the keyboard to move it. I didn't discuss that with you guys last time. And again, because we've still got the scenery object highlighted, pressing N just to redo it and not having to reload it from the menu. So there you go. The bollards are in place. Let's go to add a little bit more detail. So let's add a shrubbery box. So we'll load that in and we'll just put it in this gap. So we'll rotate it by pressing R and we'll put it just up into that corner area there. As you can see, it sits quite nicely against it. Same on the other side, just press N. Could rotate it a little bit better, so we're just going to adjust the alignment here. So pressing R and just moving the mouse, to align it up. Bit too much on the pavement there, but it'll do, just because we don't need it spot on. It's not going to get in the way of the driving. Same again on that side, and then finally again on this one here, just to make it look like it's sitting in that gap. So already, the difference that makes on this first junction, what we will do is we'll add in some bus stops. So we'll add in a bus stop hut. We'll put it away from the bus stop so you can pull in at a good speed and not be blocking traffic. Raise it up by going to Z. That's not even straight, so I'm going to adjust it to 270, and that should be almost dead straight. Again, looks pretty good. Happy with the position. Really like the position of that, so we'll place that there. We'll then go to bus stop old, and we'll just place in just a simple bus stop for now. We'll angle it away from the road. Again, we'll just put in the rotation ourselves, so the rotation is 270. I don't really want the label sticking out, hence why we're putting it here. Just quickly look at the other options here. For some reason the poles don't show up. Let's just, maybe we'll go with that one actually. Delete the rotation. Maybe we'll go 90. No, it has to be 270. Ah, it's annoying. Hell, what about... There you go, that's too small there. You wouldn't see that if you're coming flying along here. There you go. That's better. That's the one. So rotation is already set up. We could label it. So we'll put it as, what should we label it as? Just so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just trying to make sure you guys can see what comes up when we click on the label. So as you can see, this is what I have on mine. So it comes with a double label. So we'll call it Springfield Avenue. And if we move this out the way, oh no, it's not, it's the second one I need to put it in. There you go, we'll just delete the first one. Oh god, no, maybe not. Don't like that. Let's delete the second. There you go. So it sits just about on the thing, on the bus stop sign. However, if we add the at sign to avenue, there you go, that looks a lot better. So what we'll do is we'll copy this and we'll just place one on the other side. Again, we don't need to rotate it, we'll just take out the rotation, put that to 90 I think it is. There you go, 90 is the one. That is the lucky number for today's stream, or video, sorry. Put it a bit further away from the curb. Again, I'm just going to copy this object, clicking on it and pressing N. Rotation, we know it's going to be about 90 degrees because we've done the other object. So let's just get rid of the rotation and put it to 90. Now I want to put it in this gap here between the two houses so no one's got the bus stop right outside their front door, and in between the gap as well. So we'll move the bus stop a little bit further back. When we come back to labeling the bus stops, we can put a bus stop number. So for now, oh, that didn't look good. Let's get rid of the additional there. Let's try that again. There you go. So if I put in on this one here, we'll put 2, 1, the 210 2, and we'll put in 2, 3, 4, and they're the two bus stops that will sit here. We'll do the same thing on the other one. Obviously the lower number goes first, 210, and then 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy. Click away. So as always, if you are going to duplicate the object, just click on it, right click, no, sorry, left click on the mouse, and then you will highlight it. If you want to duplicate it, press N for November on the keyboard, and you will then get a duplication of it. If you don't like it and you just want to delete the duplication, press delete on your keyboard, and that will then get rid of it. So what else do we need to add? Well, I'm not being funny, we need to fill this section here. Now there's plenty of ideas that we could do, and now my first idea is to make it into more of a residential area, which it has got the feel to it, but then I'm also looking at the idea of having a supermarket with a parking area and maybe a large car park. But that's not the area we're going to work on. We're going to go down into here and we're going to add streetlights. Really basic, but still one of the most effective ways of making a map feel real. So let's go into our street side products. We'll look at traffic signs. I don't think we need traffic signs, it's more street lights. So we're going to lights and we'll just choose one of these small ones. And I'm just going to place a handful of these around. Not too close to the road, but enough to make sure you can see around corners. The reason I'm not adding loads is because the light maps can add a lot of frames per second decrease, so just be wary of that if you are going to do it. So just add a couple more around this corner, and then we'll do the same on the other side of the road. We'll put one we'll delete that one. We'll put one in between these trees now instead. These lights are really small, so they won't be lighting up the whole road. They'll just give you a bit of ambience, which is what we need. I haven't raised them up either, which you can do. You're supposed to put them to 0.2. The same as you would do with any other item. If it's a mod, you might not need to, but if it is street lights, traffic lights, as you would have seen in the last episode, make sure they are 0.2. So all I've done is pressed N and just moved it and just duplicated every single one. Now if I go to Enviro, and I can move this slider at the top, so you guys can't see it because I haven't taken off the additional. Top right corner, I'll put it in the middle for you guys to see it. What have I done? Don't know what I've done here. Let's just quickly try and get this back to size. Right, so top right corner, it says daytime label number 8. So if I move this, gradually you'll see my streetlights haven't taken effect on the road. However, the housing lights are, and it's got a really nice vibe to it. Same on the other side, the bus stop's lit up, both sides of the bus stop. And there you go. So you can just see some of these streetlights are trying. They're not the brightest like we said, but it gives you a nice little bit of a feel to the map as you come around here. And it is a housing area as well, so you don't want it being too bright. If you do think that the lights are too bright, save your map, go to do with whole map, and go create terrain light map. And you can also check all tracks. It's always good just double checking it early on, and it will quickly just check everything really quickly. It's made a light map because we haven't got a lot on the map. We can then come back down and we'll quickly have another look. We can change the weather as well, not weather but the day of the year. So if I change this to, let's just say winter, and just put this into proper daytime. Autumn, winter, that's winter. As you see, winter kind of changes as you get through the year. Autumn, spring, and back to winter. Quick look at the lights, and you can see they're not bright, but they'll do the trick. There you go. And that is that. You can change the lights if you need to, if you're not happy with them. Now on the main road is where you want the bigger lights. So let's go with a large sodium light. Look at the size difference in the lighting here. And just put that one there. I'm going to put 2 of these on here. Right close to the edge of the map, the edge of the road. Not happy with this position, so I'm just going to click it and press G to move it. Click it again, and it's now in place. Now, like we said before, we can change the time of the day. So let's go to Enviro and have a look what that looks like during the day. Still, for the map hasn't got enough day for like livelihood to it. As you see, these lights haven't taken effect yet. On any of my lights have taken effect. Now this is almost like a glitch with Omsi. What I've found is if I come away from it, save. I don't want to exit the editor. That is the one thing you don't really want to be doing too often, because then you have to load in all of your maps, all of your stuff. What I'll do is, is, where is it? Go to map, go to refresh it. See if it allows the effects to take in. If it doesn't, then just redo what we did before, the terrain map. As you see, the lights seem to fade out as the night goes on. Same as the big lights don't seem to take effect, but it happens. We will come back to that. I'll show you what that does. Let me just save the map. Regularly save. Do with whole map. Oh god. Yep, we'll set that as default. Do with whole map. We're going to create list all used objects and create terrain light map as again. It will then tell me how many objects I've used. Not how many, but the ones we have used. Which makes it easier if you are using lots of objects. You can just list them all. And that will make life simple. And there you go, the lights have now, the main light here is kicked in, and that is what it looks like at night on the main stretch of road. So I'll be back with another tutorial, and we will get into some really strong map building, so adding shops, little details. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button, and I'll be back very soon for episode number 3.